Hello, hello, beautiful person watching this. I'm so happy that you're here. Welcome back to another Slay the Spire Ascension 20 Ironclad run. On this channel, I have my recorded wins with some commentary and general discussion about this beautiful game that we play. Having a look. So I want to take this Campfire Before the Elite, of course. And interested in going to the Super Elite, it seems. It's a very late act Super Elite. And then I may instead go right to the shop. If I'm not quite strong enough for it, that's fine. We have the 100 gold option. I may choose that just because there's a guaranteed shop at the end of the act, no matter which way I go, but it's not giving any immediate power, which is a bit of a shame. So it's a greedy option, essentially. We want to make sure we're taking it slow here and not dying, of course. When you don't get any immediate power from the whale, you're a little bit weaker than you should be, I suppose. And I'm going straight to the face with this cultist, make sure I kill it on this turn. And some good cards. Unfortunately, I actually took a shrug there, wow. Normally I would take the common attack there just for some damage, but seems I'm a little bit low on sword boomerang at the moment, so I wanted the good shrug there. I really like early shrug lately, just some nice early block. 8 is a lot. The fact that it draws a card is pretty good as well, but it will be better later. And these cards aren't great, so I take a heavy blade. It's the most damage in one card, and what really matters is the density of the damage cards in our deck, of course. So even though we don't have any strength yet, it's probably better than the other option there. And hoping to find some strength, of course. Check the boss. It is Guardian, so Disarm looks really good. Still considering not taking it, though, as we need more damage. I take a Clothesline instead. Kind of a diabolical click there, but I really think I need damage here, of course. We skipped Sword Boomerang on floor 1, so gotta start taking some more damage. And Shrug should be plenty against Guardian, hopefully. And we'll find some other stuff eventually as well. So not splitting here. I'm interested in getting a better draw here. This is a little bit better, yep. Pretty good split. And we'll take a bit of damage here. And more trash here, sadly. Sentinel unpickable, basically just defend. Warcry is okay, but bad against Gremlinob in particular, as having to spend the skill could be really detrimental to you. It's basically like a -1 card in your hand. And upgrade a Clothesline. Applying 3 weaken is very good. Do not sleep on the effect there. And I, on turn 1, rip that just to make sure we don't give Gremlinob any unnecessary strength. And it's still going to be a tough fight here. And during all 3 of our 2-cost attacks here on 1 turn, that's very sad. So I can only play Clothesline. Ouch. And of course, because of weakened, we are taking 18 instead of 24 or whatever. So not too bad, making off 52 health. And again, no damage here. Very scary. Seeing red seems good with double 2-cost attacks in our deck. But yeah, we really need just, you know, Hemokinesis or Carnage or something like that. Something with some oomph to it. And not quite getting there. 1 short because we're weakened, unfortunately. Very sad, but made it through. And there we go. There's a Pommel Strike. That's an excellent card. And we get a Meat on the Bone. That's an excellent relic, healing us for 12 whenever we end a combat with half health or less. And we also found an Ancient Tea set, of course, giving us 2 energy in the first combat after visiting a rest site. Not very exciting, generally speaking. Some turns the energy will be wasted, and it only occurs after visiting a rest site, of course, so bit of a shame. Helpful in boss fights, arguably. And that's a great turn, thanks to our Seeing Red. Got to bash and Clothesline there. So just going to be pointing all the attacks at Plaga here. Of course, we have to get out before it debuffs us and we can't really do anything. We'll play Shrug because it's good enough. And I can choose to upgrade Pot to essentially block for 12 here. Could play the defend, but Strike gets us out there, Strike plus. We get a Calipers. Calipers will prevent us from losing all of our block at the start of each turn, so we only lose 15 block. That could be good, although it's completely worthless at the moment. And Feel No Pain is here, I'm certainly clicking on that, I love that card very much. And I do go right after all, not interested in fighting the Burning Elite. I could have perhaps gotten away with it here, but just wanted to go to the Guaranteed Shop, it gets strong there. Fair enough. But Meat on the Bone makes the, taking the scary fights not as bad, of course. And Looter is getting away here, unless I want to Explosive Pod for it. That's a bit of a shame. I do, in fact, use it, so that's a bit strange. Probably not necessary. But I wanted the gold. And I skip there. Not interested in any of those. Barricade's a bit too early, and we also have a Calipers already. Now their Heavy Blade is a bit clunky. And whatever the last card was, I didn't want that either. And we go to a shop. Brimstone is here. That's very exciting, of course. There's our Brimstone. And I take a Twin Strike as well, which will scale nicely with the Strength. Remove a Strike. And so now, whenever we enter any fight, every single turn, we will gain 2 Strength, and all enemies will gain 1 Strength. And that's going to be a bit of a problem going forward, as the Heart notably has a huge multi-attack that scales very, very well with Strength. And so we're going to have to find either some way to entirely prevent damage or a huge amount of block at some point. And of course Guardian are going to be a little bit formidable as well, but hopefully we can kill it fast enough. With our heavy, the Heavy Blade is going to be very, very good now, of course. Scaling much with Strength, and I even upgraded it, of course, with the Brimstone. It's going to be absolutely massive and very consistent as well. And we're going to be able to get out here. So not too bad of a Jardian fight there. Got to heal with Meat on the Bone as well. And some good options here. Immolate normally would probably be the best going into Act 2, but there's a Fiendfire with our plenty of Strength gains. So of course, each card in our hand is going to be multiplying that by the Strength that we have. And Mark of Pain, a bit sad, unfortunately. Take a Runic Dome. So we are full to the face. Who cares what enemies are doing? Just take the Runic Dome. We have no idea. Just kill them instead. And definitely need to find some block here, of course. That's a great looking 4 Elite path on the right side. And including a Super Elite. So I marked that I could go right, take the extra Elite there, or just go that way instead. Got 1 Looter dead, take 12. Switch back to Fiendfire. Pretty good fight there. And Power Through looks great. It's like a big girthy block card. We really need those, of course, and we could find eventually like a second win sort of thing and gain a lot of block that way. We also have Feel No Pain already. So eventually we may have this damage game plan of Brimstone and then offsetting the huge downside by finding some very powerful block solution like Power Through Second Wind, Dark Embrace thing. Of course. It made it through Guardian, Spheric Guardian with no damage taken. And we did just take Power Through, could take an Evolve now. That's pretty interesting. There's also a Headbutt, which may put our Heavy Blade back on top for us. I do take the Evolve after all. Strikes are, or Bites are here, don't want those. No thanks. Drawing Heavy Blade on turn 1 is actually not great, as we have the least amount of strength we would have in the whole fight on that turn. I could go Power Through, or Evolve Power Through Fiendfire, but I would love to play all of these cards because Feel No Pain also, of course, excellent. But need to get the power that actually draws cards here, I think. Although definitely a little bit questionable. Could have considered just playing Feel No Pain. Or the Dazes as well. And bash heavy blade kills. Oh, it actually doesn't, but I can explosive pot. I could have taken a lot of damage there, so I want to get out. And pommel strike plus is there. Again, gonna take that, of course. What to upgrade? Evolve seems pretty good, of course. Drawing 2 cards instead of 1. And we got Centurion and Mystic. And I didn't realize I had more energy because I just visited a rest site. Whoops. That was me hovering over the relics. Wait, why did I just have 2 energy when I pass? That's right. We all make mistakes. Sometimes I don't be reading. And so we're absolutely blasting, of course. Brimstone does so much damage that we are making these fights very quick. Upgrade a Fiendfire as well. 3 more damage per card in our hand. And we did get Auric Alchem. If you end your turn without block, you gain 6 block. That is okay here, although it's not going to cut it, of course, long term. We have to find more than that. And it looks like I'm remembering that I have the thing this time. Overkilling by a lot with the heavy blade, unfortunately. Just play the other one instead. Doesn't actually matter. And Slavers, luckily, do not have a multi-attack or anything. It is affecting all the enemies, but it's going to be fine, I think. Point pommel strike at that guy. I can actually kill the big one here. And of course, that's more efficient as it has more health. And the left one still wasn't damaging me. And we made it through. And Whetstone will upgrade to random skills. Fire breathing is here, but certainly not interested in that. We have way too much attack damage here. So just going to take that. And we get Toxic Egg as well, which will upgrade all future skills we add to our deck. We're pretty happy to see that. And Book of Stabbing is absolutely terrifying with a Brimstone in our relic bar here. Each turn, not only will it gain strength, it'll also hit us more times. So the longer this fight goes, the more doomed we are. Want to make sure we get out quickly here. Double tap is in there. I can draw into the double tap heavy blade, which I just took as well. Of course, very exciting finding that double tap. And Pummel is here, but I perhaps have enough damage. Nope, took the Pummel after all. So Pummel, of course, hitting 4 times scales very well with the Brimstone. Very cool. And hoping to not get attacked here, it does hit us after all. We did block for quite a lot, so now it should be debuffing, but it's probably just dead. And Meat on the Bone heals us. And there's a Dark Embrace. That sounds really good to me. Very happy about that. A little bit slow for the Brimstone thing, but notably you can play it with a Fiendfire and then draw a whole new hand and help us keep going. Energy pot here, of course. Could have gone like Clothesline on a different one and then Fiendfire. A bit silly not to Fiendfire here, I would say, on the right one. But it seems I can do a bunch of damage anyway, so it's fine. And 1 short, very sad, to take whatever amount of damage. It's a lot, actually. I think this was a super elite slaver, so they also had innate strength anyway, making them extra spooky. And Birdfacer is here, healing us for 2 whenever we play power. That's pretty good. Another Pummel is here. Definitely a consideration. There's also a Thunderclap, which can apply some much-needed vulnerable. I take the Ghostly Armor, though. Interested in blocking, and it's upgraded Ghostly Armor as well. And it exhausts if we don't play it, which could be good with the Dark Embrace. So it seems reasonable. And Champ shouldn't be too bad. We can let our Brimstone cook for a little bit, and then just kill it outright eventually with our huge amount of strength. We essentially have Demon Form in play immediately, which Demon Form, of course, is excellent against the Champ. Gonna set it up with the vulnerable, make sure it's weakened as much as I can as well. And hopefully just chill until I can have a really good split. We are not weakened, drawing a lot of cards here. Can double tap Heavy Blade. And it's just dead. So, pretty good fight there. And we get a feed. Feed could be nice, giving us a nice max health buffer. Really important when you have Brimstone, as some fights you may just take 1 billion damage and you really don't want to just outright die if things go horribly wrong. And Slaver's Collar seems pretty good. Could have taken Philostone as well. It's basically just like an extra turn of them having the Brimstone. But seems I'm not interested in giving the heart even more strength. And we are absolutely zooming. 15 minutes into Act 3. Already have the green key. I can go wherever I want. Interested in going to shops with so much gold, of course. And I may go that way, or I may go left. Doesn't seem too different to me. Maybe I want the upgrade more. Darklings are kind of spooky, to be short. Just outright kill one. Hope that it was one of the ones that was hitting me, of course. Not too bad there. And this is a very stinky hand. Gonna be taking some damage here, that's for sure. Oof. This is not going well. Ooh, triple buffs. So here I'm gonna be taking a cool 100 billion damage right now. Like, this is gonna be a lot of damage that we're taking here. So I block as much as I can. Don't play Pommel Strike. I wanted to not reshuffle, it seems. Ouch. Down to 10. Darklings are not messing around today. I may Blood Pot as well, just to get that out of the way in case they're both hitting me again. They were indeed. Hopefully draw Heavy Blade. There's Pommel Strike. That's probably enough if I find another attack. Nope. Ouch. So this turn I'll be fine though. And we drew the feed, so we can get out here with the feed. So a brutal start to Act 3 here. But it's okay, we have meat on the bone, thank goodness. I consider a Metallicize, perhaps. We have Birdface turn, maybe needs some block, but it's just too little block for this point in the game, unfortunately. And we do have Auric Alchem, so I decided to just take the risk of them hitting me, possibly, and play the attack instead. Gotta remember the Auric Alchem, of course. So I can go Heavy Blade on the right one, Strike Feed the other one. Good fight there. Very happy about that. And the feed actually got us into, I think we were maybe a meat on the bone range. It was 37 out of 77. And then 40 out of 80 is still meat on the bone range, so we healed for quite a lot there as well. And the Maw is here. A Maw is another enemy where it's very scared to give its strength, but we should outscale it very quickly here and be able to kill it before it matters. Definitely looking for more energy, but we did take the Slaver's Collar, so the big fights should be pretty comfortable now with 5 energy. Woof. Power through, feel no pain, Dark Embrace maybe, or just play the defense instead. Not interested in Dark Embrace. Already have Evolve in play, and it should be dying soon. Actually, I don't have Evolve in play, I'm trolling. But not a lot of ways to exhaust. Yeah, we don't have our second wind or anything like that. Definitely want to find one of those. I know it's not hitting me, I'm trying to get this feed off. It hits you only every other turn, and we did in fact find it. So that was very spooky. We do have Runic Dome. I'm sure many people would have just outright killed it there, but I happen to know that the Maul hits you every other turn, and I was ready to pass there to find the feed. Very cool. And I pass over those cards. Inflame, obviously, is just like one extra copy of Brimstone turn. It's not that good here. We do have Birdface turn, but it's just a bit slow. Makes Woke Bird stronger. Not interested in that. And find Offering Plus in the shop. Very happy about that. And we need more block. One Feel No Pain is still not going to cut it. We need more than that. So take another Feel No Pain. And there's also Oddly Smooth Stone here. There's the souvenir for an artifact charge. But those aren't particularly amazing here. I'm more interested in other things. We do have another shop coming up very soon here. So no need to spend all of our gold when we have another shop soon. But the Offering Plus is absolutely massive. Its energy, its draw, and it will help us find our powers, but then play quicker, and be able to play all of our cards very well. Giant Head is a pretty good matchup for the Brimstone. It doesn't care so much about having strength, as it hits very high base damage once it goes to 1. Go. Double tap Pommel Strike. I should have played Bash first, I think, but maybe I wanted to play my powers more than doing more damage here. Now it's at 1. So it's hitting us for 44. Play the Heavy Blade over blocking for 2. And that looks great. We can double tap Fiendfire, which does work because we have Dark Embrace, so we'll play the whole hand. Draw a whole new hand. Do it again. And we don't get to feed here, but that's okay. Just get out. And Paper Frog is here. And a Second Wind Plus. That's absolutely incredible, and it's going to be massive. This Paper Frog increases our damage when things are vulnerable. And I'm upgrading Feel No Pains over Dark Embrace because I want that all the block I can get here. It is so massive. And there's another Feel No Pain here. I'm probably going to take the third one, unless Exhume is that good. I now want to buy a Fairy in a Bottle, it seems. Fairy in a Bottle, excellent, of course, giving us a second life against the heart. And did I card a move instead of buying third Feel No Pain? It seems fair enough. I'm considering now with the Second Wind Dark Embrace thing that I have enough block with Calipers to be able to make it through. So fair enough. And of course, card moving is quite good. We don't want those stinky strikes anymore. Ouch. Just play all the powers and the Feel No Pain. I mean, power through. Of course. And it's the off turn here, sadly. We're drawing a lot of good cards here, but we can't have a good turn. So I may play Offering just to block for more. But yeah, this isn't going great. Need to find these cards on the tangible turn, of course. So I'm drawing as many cards as I can because I want to get back to these cards faster. Very important. And Evolve is very good here, to be sure. Could double tap the Pommel Strike. Heavy Blade again going away. This is not going according to plan. And if it's multi-hitting us, it's hitting for 13 times 3, I believe. That's brutal. So I do just rip the Fiendfire here. This is to block for a billion. And I also have Second Wind coming up, so then I can... Oh, it's doing it twice, I see. I was interested in just getting so much block here. Who cares what happens? And then I'll kill afterwards. So Calipers is now doing the thing. Very exciting. And the longer the fight goes, like even one attack will just outright kill it eventually, of course. And we can take a Sentinel now. It's very exciting. Sentinel Plus even. Which will give us some energy when we exhaust it with Second Wind. And Fiendfire. So we're doing the thing now. We are getting our block plan together. Very cool. Offsetting it. And we find Barricade. That's pretty good. Better than Calipers, arguably. It does cost 3 and a card draw, but it does the thing better. Instead of losing 15 block, we lose 0. So that'll be pretty good. And of course, worst case scenario, if we have a huge hand we want to exhaust with Second Wind, and Barricade is in it and we can't play it, just get rid of it. And we have Calipers as a backup. And I do actually upgrade the Barricade. That is my new game plan here. So we are becoming this Barricade deck all of a sudden, with a Brimstone as our damage solution. Pretty sweet. Playing Barricade here is actually diabolical. Actually, kind of terrible decision there. That's a mistake. We'll just play Pommel Strike, draw into that Fiendfire, play the Fiendfire. Certainly not making enough block here, nor is the fight lasting long enough for that to matter at all. Beast is dead. Heal with Meat on the Bone. Warcry Plus was pickable, but again, unexciting. Would have been fine though. We do have double Feel No Pain, Dark Embrace. I probably should have taken it, but it's going to be inconsequential, largely. Warcry is just such a whatever card, really. Only in very specific situations is it unusually good. But kill the bottom right one, it's hitting for 25, or 27, rather. And hopefully don't die to Reptomancer here. Pummel on... Actually, Pummel is just short, or is it 8 times 4? It is 8 times 4. Get Pummel on one of them, Twin Strike the other one. Doesn't actually kill it, so never mind. Just let it die. To, the second attack is like a bee sting. It kills itself when it hits you. And would love to play one card, then Power Through, then Second Wind. And there's a Sentinel in there I really want to find first, actually. Like Pummel Strike, there's the Sentinel. Then I can just Power Through for 1 wound, that's fine. Then Second Wind. Draw a whole new hand. My god, look at it go. I could just Fiend Fire as well. But that's like my entire deck, so maybe I don't want to do that. And I want to feed. Can feed here. Very cool. And we get an Ice Cream, which will retain our energy whenever we don't spend energy on a turn. We also got an Akabeko, increasing the damage of our first attack by 8. Apologies for not mentioning that. Not particularly important here, although we do have Pummel, which makes that do 8 more times 4, which is quite good. But most of the time, we'll just play an attack as we have to, and it won't do anything. Could have played Twin Strike there first. I missed 8 damage. Of course. And Donodeka are beating us up here. Very spooky. Gonna play this Fiend Fire just for a little bit of block. Just so we don't die. We found the offering, so this turn should be huge. Power Through Second Wind. And do that before drawing a card with Pummel Strike or Pummel because we wanted to reshuffle with those cards in our deck. The Dark Embrace draws the cards, so Second Wind also goes into the discard pile before reshuffling. And now we're good. So much block is here. Very cool. And it's a little bit scary. We are very, very low, so if we take any damage in the next fight before playing Offering, pretty much, then we may pop Fairy in a bottle, which will be very unfortunate. We'd love to have that for the heart. And we have a nice small deck now with only Power Through Second Wind and a bunch of attacks that we can play. So once we're all set up with the barricade thing, of course, it's very good. And this is an example of where Corruption would actually be bad. Or just not quite worth it. It's still good to have Corruption in the smaller fights, but when you're doing these boss fights where you can get away with and want to repeatedly play Power Through Second Wind combo over and over as your engine, then that's a case where you can just Second Wind on the Corruption and get rid of it. Corruption's good for the really fast fights where just one play of each of your skills is plenty to kill the enemies and block for enough. And we're actually happy to see Time Eater here over Wokebird, I would say. Once we barricade up, then it shouldn't be any problem at all, and we can pretty much outright kill it with our huge amount of strength. There's Dark Embrace Fiend Fire, perhaps. A Clothesline first for the weaken. Maybe. Am I considering not playing Fiendfire here? Is interesting. Kind of strange. It could have been hitting me there, right? Surely. But I wanted to save the Fiendfire until I've actually got the things in play. So Fairy in a Bottle goes here. Not great hands. And I'm so scared I dupe pot on Ghostly Armor, because I think it could kill me. Turns out it was not killing me. I wasn't vulnerable. I think that was an overreaction. So I'm just very afraid. I have this Runic Dome, and I don't exactly know what it's doing to me. Unfortunately. Not playing my best here. And, like, wasting dupe pot out there is so tragic. I mean, it's not like we need it, really. We have... we don't really have anything particularly insane to double. A double a Feel No Pain or a Dark Embrace, but not necessary. Now we should be good. But this fight went definitely very poorly. I wasted Fairy in a Bottle, arguably. I'm not sure if I could have avoided losing the Fairy, but it felt like I could have just played Fiendfire that one turn. But perhaps if my my Feel No Pains were in play yet, then it wouldn't have even saved me. So we made it through. Didn't feed or anything. Very sad. And to thump, Deep Pulsing Dread. Can finally upgrade Dark Embrace maybe, or another Feel No Pain, of course. 8 block per Caught Exhausted is quite good. Not a lot here. Interested in buying a potion, perhaps. I buy an attack pot, because why not? It might do something. Oh, Evolve Plus is a huge hit here. I want to make sure we have that going into turn 2 here, where it has the burns on top. And the left one could be hitting us for 21. 22, actually, of course. And I don't play the attacks. I just save the energy with the Ice Cream, knowing we could have a huge turn here. So now we're getting hit for 12 times 4. Plus 21. 23, actually. Math. And now we're getting hit for 60. Make that 40. Or is it 41? Math is so weird in this fight. It's 38 up to 41, which would actually be 62 if I was not facing it. I believe. And try to kill the speeder this turn would be great. Would love to take 3 more damage from Meat on the Bone, but that seems unlikely. Without taking even more damage than we signed up for. So Evolve has been actually quite good this run, very happy about taking that. Sometimes it's a bit tough to make work, but sometimes you have, you know, the ability to upgrade it comfortably, and you have power through in your deck, and it just works out. I wanted the feed, of course, so trying to find the feed here. Made it through. And Anchor will block for 10 on turn 1, that's very nice. And Corruption is here. Corruption, against the Heart in particular, actually is pretty good. If we can just play Corruption and play our whole deck, then we really only need a few turns to kill the Heart. And it's a nice option to have. We may not play it, we may play it. Just depends on if we need the really fast, the fastness of Corruption. Could go Clothesline here, and then second with my whole hand. not interested in bashing, it seems. So the multi-hit was good first. Now it's hitting us for a lot. And the dazes should block for enough. Or the exhausting ethereal cards. Ooh, down to 10. And so I am interested in the corruption now. I want to just play a billion skills here. And unfortunately, Dark Embrace not in play. Could have played Pommel Strike first. This was actually very stupid. Could have done that. And then just drawn 2 cards with those skills I played. So not playing perfectly by any means. And I get rid of Second Wind. That's kind of sus. Could have played Second Wind before Fiendfire, which would have gained me some more block. But I wanted to do more damage, it seems. So yeah, not playing perfectly. That's for sure. But I built the deck well, I think, is important. So I have to make it through one more cycle here, pretty much. And I really want to get this below 400 health right now. I mean, that's very important. Doesn't seem like I'm quite getting there, though. So now I have to kill it in over 3 turns. And it didn't multi-hit us there. Kinda spooky. So I can play all the attacks that have statuses and then get the weaken on it, which is pretty important. Just full blocked. Without that weaken, we would have died, actually. So that was smart, of course. And then get it below 200, of course. Gotta get it below 200. And then this turn, we should be able to kill because we have so much strength with Heavy Blade now. Phew. So just got there. Only 36 minutes, very spooky heart fight there, but played it well enough to get there. We missed a little bit of block from that second win after the corruption play, and that could have been huge, but ended up getting by the skin of our teeth, of course. So overall, I don't think I played all the fights perfectly, but I was kind of speedrunning here, it seems, just playing very fast, and that's kind of what happens when you do that. Anyway, if you're still here, have you not subbed? Have you not liked the video? Thank you so much for watching, hope you enjoyed, and as always, have a beautiful day.